Morning everyone, my name is Greg Eister and today I will be doing a Pecha style presentation on popular beer styles. Beer is a topic that is really important to me as it's one of my favorite beverages in existence, and today I'll be covering a very select variety of beer styles. As any true beer lover knows, there is an infinite available variety of styles. Ale is a full-bodied beer with hints of fruit or spice. It is brewed with a top fermenting yeast at a cool, almost cellar-like temperature, and it has colors ranging from a rich gold to a more amber-like hue. It pairs well with red meat, Mexican food, spicy food, fried food, and pizza, and some common ales include Sierra Nevada Pale Ale and Newcastle Brown Ale. Lagers are probably the most popular beer in America and Canada. It has a large variety of flavors and a large variety of colors, which is usually accompanied with very high levels of carbonation. It pairs well with shellfish, grilled pork, grilled chicken, and sushi. And some common lagers include Budweiser, Heineken, Busch, Coors, and Miller. Stouts usually feature a full creamy head, and if you don't know what a head is, it is the foam that generates at the top of a glass of beer. They're usually very dark in color and have a coffee-like flavor character, excuse me. They pair well with salty foods, roasted foods, and smoked foods, and some popular stouts include Sierra Nevada Stout and Deschutes Obsidian Stout. Porters, like stouts, are also very dark in color and also are accompanied by a creamy head. It is typical for them to have a chocolate-like taste with a roast-like flavor character. They pair well with rich stews, bacon, chili, and braised dishes, and some popular porters include Yingling Porter, Highland Oatmeal Porter, and Founder's Porter. Malts are also known as malt liquor, and they are sold in the infamous 40-ounce bottles that you would buy in a gas station. They are dark and sweet, and they pair well with really nothing in my experience, and they're usually best somewhat enjoyed by themselves. Some popular malt beverages include Schlitz, Colt 45, and Mickey's. Ambers are one of the most versatile styles of beer and probably my favorite style of beer. They are full-bodied in flavor, and the flavor usually contains hints of caramel. They pair well with things like barbecue, sandwiches, and hearty soups, and some popular ambers include Yingling Traditional Lager, which is my favorite beer, George Killian's Irish Red, and Brooklyn Lager. Blondes are very pale in color, hence the name of the style. They are typically very crisp and very dry, with a good mix of bitter taste from the hops and sweetness from the malt. They pair well with Italian dishes and salads and chicken dishes, and some popular blonde ales include Diamond Knot Blonde Ale, Blue Point Summer Ale, and Great Divide Samurai Ale. Brown beer is dark and brown in color. The flavors may have hints of chocolate or caramel, so maybe sometimes both. They pair well with beef stew, pork and sausage, and some popular brown beers include Big Sky Moose Drool here in Montana, Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar, and Ipswich Dark Ale. Dark beer is a British type of beer, and they are typically a medium brown in color, which is in contrast with the dark name. They have a slight fruity aroma, and they usually pair well with roasted meat and spicy foods. Some of the popular dark beers are Guinness, Negro Modelo, and Old Rasputin. Fruit beer is usually considered to be an ale, although most of the time they don't have any ale characteristics whatsoever. The flavor varies depending on the type of fruit, and they usually have low malt levels to allow the fruit taste to be more dominant. They pair well with almost anything, but it's dependent on the type of fruit, and some popular fruit beers include Red's Apple Ale and Raspberry Redemption. Golden Ale was originally brewed in the UK. It's mostly straw colored. It has a slight taste of citrus or vanilla, however, a combination of these two flavors is very common and may sometimes contain spicier flavors, and pairs well with Italian dishes. Some popular golden beers are Buxton Gold and Lariano New Age. Honey ale has a full-bodied flavor and a very creamy texture, much like honey itself. It is typically of a copper-colored hue, and sometimes, or usually, slightly sweet. It pairs well with pot roast and onion rings, and some popular honey beers include Samuel Adams Honey Porter, Honey Basil Ale, and Grapefruit Honey Ale. India Pale Ale, or IPA, is a hoppier version of pale ale that was originally brewed in England. It pairs well with Thai food, burgers, and Vietnamese food, and some popular IPAs include Russian River Blind Pig, Sierra Nevada Torpedo Extra IPA, and Lagunitas IPA. Light beer is very light in flavor very light in color and very mild in flavor. It has fewer calories and more often than not a lower alcohol content. It pairs well with really no food in particular and is usually best enjoyed by itself. Some popular light beers include Bud Light, Coors Light, and Miller Lite. Lime beer is typically light in flavor with lime taste. The lime taste can have a wide range varying from mild to very strong, and usually pairs well with most Mexican food. Some popular lime beers include Bud Light Lime and Miller Chill. Pale Ale, like most of the other beers in this presentation, originated in England and also has a very robust flavor. Usually has a mostly copper colored hue and pairs well with spicy foods and curry. And some popular pale ales include Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which I previously mentioned, Pale 31, and Zombie Dust. Red ale is red or light brown in color. Has a very moderate, or it is very moderate to heavy in flavor, and most often contains hints of caramel, with a predominant hop taste, and pairs well with nuts and roasted or grilled meat. And some popular red ales include Donovan's Red, Lobstakilla, and Lady Luck Red Ale. Pilsner is made with neutral and hard water, and is usually golden in color with a crisp and bitter flavor. This beer usually stands out due to its very distinctive hot taste and pairs well with a lot of bar food like wings and anything with pesto and sushi. Popular pilsners are Sam Adams Noble Pils and Victory Prima Pils. The last beer that I'll be talking about is wheat beer, and it is very light and very easy to drink, and more often than not has very little aftertaste. It is hazy with a cloudy appearance, and the flavor offers a very slight hint of spice and pairs well with salads and fish. Some popular wheat beers are Harpoon White Ale and Allagash White. Most of the information in this comes from my personal experience, but for things I didn't know, here are some references for you to view and check out. Thank you for viewing my presentation, and have a pleasant day.